Understanding football positions. The number 9. The number 9 is a striker or a centre forward positioned at the top of the pitch, leading the attack on the last line. It's a number 9's job to score goals, and because football is such a low scoring sport, they're valued as one of the most important players on the pitch and one of the most expensive to sign in the transfer market. Today we're looking at two Premier League centre forwards who play the role slightly differently to one another and analysing how they each play their position at an elite level to understand the role of a number 9 in the modern game. Example number 1, the old school number 9. The gold standard of centre forward play in the Premier League and in world football today is Erling Haaland. The Norwegian and Manchester City superstar is what's known as an old-fashioned number 9. A 6'4" powerhouse, Haaland is a box player. He feasts in the opposition's penalty area. I look at his shot map from his 36-goal Premier League season and you'll see that 35 of his 36 goals were scored inside the box. Touches per game has been used as a metric to go against Haaland, but goals per game is what matters for a centre forward. His statistics since joining Manchester City are outrageous. So, how does he do it? Haaland is relentless in his pursuit of goals, which is why we first have to look at the mentality of a number 9 when analysing the position. This is something you can't coach on the training ground, but having the mindset and self-belief to score goals week in, week out is crucial. Secondly, you have to not be afraid of missing. Last season, Haaland took 127 shots, scoring 27 goals, with a shot accuracy of 49%. So, even the best finisher in world football misses 50% of his shots. As a centre forward, you're going to miss chances. Sometimes big chances, that's not a problem. The best players in the world miss. It's getting the chances and putting yourself into position that counts. If you're an inspiring centre forward, Haaland is the guy you need to watch, starting with his off-ball movement. Haaland makes run after run after run, attacking the space by running in behind and stretching the opposition's back line. We actually saw this on his Premier League debut against West Ham, where here he sees Kevin De Bruyne in an advanced position in the pockets. Haaland then breaks like a cheetah, attacking the space before getting in behind the defensive line and finishing clinically 1v1. It's a vintage Haaland goal, as seen again here, breaking into the box with pace before scoring. It's one thing to make the runs and find the space, and then it's another to finish, to have the composure, to be clinical, calm and direct in front of goal. The second example I'd like to use is Alexander Isak, the modern forward. Isak is an example of a more unorthodox number 9 who starts centrally on the team sheet but quickly pulls wide into the channels, more of a forward positionally. He's a player in the mould of a Thierry Henry more than an Alan Shearer, a dribbler, a technical player who likes to come from outside to inside and finish inside the box with precision. That doesn't mean that Isak does not score poacher goals. You have to as a striker. Here's an example of Isak getting in behind Erling Haaland style before finishing with a composed side-footed goal. Here his movement in the box earns him a header into an empty net. Isak is our right-footed forward who attacks from the left side where he can come inside onto his stronger foot. He has the same job as Haaland but plays the position differently. Isak is happy to receive the ball to feet or in between the centre-back and full-back where he can attack 1v1 off the dribble or face up the defender. And he'll often drop deep to start attacks by dribbling past players and then recycling possession before making a dart and run into the box off the ball. Starting attacks from deep in midfield and then finishing attacks in the box, whereas Haaland likes to play on the last man. So, to conclude, we have two very different type of number 9s who both play the position at a world-class level. To understand the role, we have to ask what makes a well-rounded elite number 9. Here are my non-negotiables. Goals. Scoring goals, your finishing, your composure, your 1v1 ability. Chances, self-created or assisted. It's about finding your space and attacking it, whether you create that space for yourself or you make runs for your teammates to find you. Linking into that is the off-ball movement. The understanding of being in the right spot at the right time. And then finally, my last non-negotiable is mentality. You have to be obsessed with scoring and unafraid to miss. And here are some striker-specific things that help in playing the number 9 role. Your back to goal and link-up play, your dribbling ability, you're able to pull players out of position and create overloads, and your long-range shooting as a bonus, something that we see from the likes of Harry Kane, who we didn't look at today. If you can make defenders respect you from outside the box, you become a dual threat. So there you have it. That is the modern number 9. Thanks for watching.